What's up, everyone? What's up? Welcome to another episode of Rant Café right here at AnimeUproar, episode 34. And in this one, we're going to be talking about our first impressions for the summer 2017 anime season. And joining me today, we got some awesome guests. We got JoJo Talks Too Much. What's up, man?
Hey, man. How's it going? How are you?
Great. Joe is back. We got...
So silent. Why are you being so silent?
No,
and Anime Recon is here as well. What's up, Anime Recon? Anime Recon knows his seasonal anime, so it's good that he's here.
Hashtag Recon no Piku. Hashtag Havoc no Piku, boys.
Yes, love it. He embraces all of it, and that's why we love him.
Yeah.
First he gets pissed off about those nicknames, and then he's like,
man, I'm used to it.
Do it.
You know what? I don't fucking care. I'm used to it. You can call me whatever you want.
Love it. Hey. Love it. Great attitude to have. You don't let no one bother you.
Nobody messes with the Recon.
Yeah. Also joining us is SoulMakka, who is also well-versed in terms of seasonal anime. I know we've been watching them on Discord together, some of them, and discussing them. So what's up, Soul?
Yeah. Hey, guys. Yep. Me again. Back again. Yep. We're going to talk about this summer season. And, yeah, it's cool.
Nice. And by the way, if you don't know, if you're new to the channel and you're just joining us and you're like, what is this? What's happening? Why am I seeing these faces? This is a weekly anime podcast that we do on this channel, talking about all sorts of anime stuff every Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have other YouTubers as guests and other interesting and, well-informed people as guests. And then we discuss live in the chat with you guys. Have a good time. Try to address as many comments as we can. That kind of stuff. Welcome everyone in the chat. I see a lot of people are there already. And yeah, it's going to be a fun one. I have my list of all the seasonal anime. I watched a bunch of the first episodes, at least first and seconds, to get some good first impressions. But in the meantime, who wants to start off their first impressions of the season in general and some of the anime you liked and didn't like?
I purposely, when you asked, I was like, oh shit, I haven't watched almost anything yet. So I scored like the first episode of everything, and then right after that I got asked, like, you have to watch everything. So I was like, fine. So I watched the first episode of like a bunch of shows. I don't want to say like all of them, but a huge chunk of them. And I think it's funny. I'm not usually an ecchi guy. I leave that to Recon. That's usually that's not my. Oh, you were the first one in my head. I was like, that's usually not my thing. But Hajime no Gal is great because I was for some reason read the manga on that, so I enjoyed that one. They kind of jump into things they haven't like that in the manga they shouldn't have done, but that's fine. So I like that. All Room is great. Katsugeki Token Rambu, fantastic. Love that. And I like Aoyama. That's a good show too. But those are just quickies thoughts.
Yo, guys, it's Neo Geo in the chat. I think he's been here since we were like 1,000 subs or something. He's been here a long time. What's up, man?
Long subscriber, a long fan.
Yeah, and thanks, JoJo, for your insight. And yeah, guys, thank you for all the support. We're at over 37,000 subscribers now, which is nuts. When you think about this is all real people, like it just sounds like a number, but this is all real people who actually bother to subscribe to this channel and want to see more of our content, which is such an honor. Thank you so much.
All right.
Okay, next up, Recon. I know you're really excited to talk about this season.
Yeah.
So let me know what your overall thoughts are and what are some of the standout anime for you. And by the way, JoJo, I think I'm going to have to give that Hajime no Gal show a shot. I haven't watched it yet, but Recon loves it. And how you saying it's worth it. So
for me to recommend it is bizarre.
Yeah, like if it was just Recon, I'd be like, yeah, sure, buddy. But if you say it, then
I'm going to say this straight up, but the comedy of this season, for me at least, has to be Hajime no Gal. But there is a huge competitor. Ooh. Today, a new anime came out called Gamers.
Ah, yes.
And it's so fucking funny. I'm saying this right now, but this anime is going to be a competitor against Hajime no Gal because I laughed so hard. The main character is so fucking, like, he's so awkward that I love him so much. So it's about, Gamers is about a club at school specifically for people who love gaming. And what they do over there is play a lot of games. There were actually some gaming references like Guilty Wars. I think it's called Guilty Gears or Guilty Wars. And there was also some Counter-Strike, CS:GO reference over there, which I play CS:GO myself, and I was like, damn, that's awesome, man. And I loved it so much, but the main character is just so awkward, and I love him so much. So I definitely recommend it. And Hajime no Gal, I've watched the first episode, and a lot of people say it is so close, like the border of hentai.
Yeah.
But
They skirt on the edge.
Yeah, it's real close.
Yeah. But the censorship, though, it's like I'm like, what? The heart-shaped censorship, and in the main character's dream when she was on top of him, like the hand of the god appeared from the right side. I was like, what?
I like that they even say like shh, like when the hand comes in.
It was like whoosh.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that, honestly.
Yeah.
But those two are definitely great comedy series that I highly recommend you all to watch.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. SoulMakka, what about you? What are your thoughts?
Well, the series that stand out for me so far this summer season is Kakegurui, the gambling high school one. Koi to Uso, which is like a romance drama, high school setting again, obviously. Then there's the Made in Abyss. That's all right.
I love it.
I got into the manga of that, so I know that like the anime's kind of like skipped a bit of like the explaining at the beginning and just like it's jumped into the action, so it should be good. And I'm guessing the explanations will come as the journey progresses. You know, Token Rambu, yeah, that looks good. That looks like what Fate Apocrypha should have looked like. Because Fate Apocrypha, it doesn't impress me. And what I've heard of the story, I'm not confident in it. So at the moment, I'm giving it a miss. I'm just gonna let it like finish and then find out like overall what it was like and whether or not it's worth investing my time in.
That's fair.
There was that Isekai
was Smartphone.
No. The one with the cafe.
The cafe one, yeah.
Yeah, teleporting cafe thing. That looks, I don't know, like it'll be kind of interesting. Seems more like a kind of sweet story, I guess, of the homeless girl who gets hired by the cafe. So I'm gonna give that a couple more episodes before I make up my mind on that. Really,
that one really surprised me.
I didn't expect it to be like that. Like I was expecting this to be like, you know, a set establishment already, and then like loads of odd different figures coming to this place, and you know, some kind of comedy brewing up from the interactions, you know, that happen and stuff. But the first episode just seemed to focus on this like down and out demon girl kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, so it was it was trying to be a bit more sentimental, you know. The Ballroom Yokoso is good as well. I do like that. Well, I enjoyed the manga, so I'm invested in the anime.
It's good that you're reading the mangas.
Oh yeah, I always read the mangas first, definitely. Kapeki Danshi Aoyama, the one with the football guy, and he always wants to keep.
The germaphobe.
Oh, it's so funny.
No, it's from Attack on Titan playing football. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I love the latest episode where everyone wanted to smell his fucking towel. Everybody, come and smell his towel. It smells so good.
That's all right. I mean, there were certain bits like in the first episode where I expected more humor. Like, you know, when he finally got himself dirty to score that goal, I was expecting him like to freak out, you know, in like a really immediate crashing, but he didn't do that, and he was just like, "Oh yeah, no, it's cool." So that kind of like deflated it a bit for me. But you know,
I was surprised because he said he didn't mind if it was like the last few minutes of the game. I wouldn't mind getting dirty, and I was pretty surprised.
I like that he wasn't like. I like that they treat him like this is how like a clean freak would genuinely be. Like they have fun with him, but they don't make fun of him, which I thought was cool.
Fun fact: I'm a bit of a germaphobe myself.
Did you?
The reality is actuality. It plays off itself, and that's just it. It's primarily a psychological based thing, and it's all about how you approach it. So I mean, that's just it. Like Soul, I was expecting them to have more fun with it in terms of him freaking out, reacting around people, because that's kind of one of the things with it. But they do a little bit, but not so much. But hopefully, as the show goes on, they'll get more into that then.
Yeah, because the thing is, they went on about it so much at the beginning, like constantly, like drilling it into you. He wants to be clean. He wants to be clean. Everything has to be clean. It has to be spotless. Has to be clean. It has to be clean. And then he gets messy, and nothing happens.
Yeah,
like,
I want this to be my relaxing show though, where I'm like, this is just the show I unwind to.
Yeah,
but if it wants to be funny, then that's fine.
Sometimes you need shows like that you don't need to think too much about, but you can still enjoy them, right? But they're not like, that's the thing. Sometimes, you know, anime critics, they're like, everything has to be a masterpiece kind of thing, where it doesn't. You can enjoy an anime without it being a masterpiece. I just want to address a few people in the chat. We had Santiago over there saying, by his math, in 3 months, we're going to hit 100K subscribers. I'm sorry to break it to you, man. There's no such thing as math on YouTube. YouTube is completely unreliable. So you never know. You never know anything with YouTube. Cass Meme said that he made 30,000 fake accounts to subscribe.
Oh, wow.
I commend your commitment, man. That is amazing. Thank you. We got Snoorly, Luna, Wraithus, Imperialist, Opinions, Creep, Ellen is in here. I saw Elf, Josh. Swag Master keeps saying, hey, I'm Swag Master from the Discord. I know you have the same name, man. I know you were the guy from the Discord. And by the way, guys, if you want to join our Discord, that's where we chat on a daily basis and organize things like Twitch streams and stuff, like kind of party streams. Link in the description to that. Cyanide, I want to weigh in with you now. I know you haven't had a chance. You were having some audio issues. So, you know, what are your first impressions of the season in general before we get too much into individual anime?
Well, then, you know, I've recently been rather busy, but I was able to make some time. I was like, I got to do this. I'm going to make time. I'm going to watch some shows that I enjoyed, watch some shows that, you know, I'd be interested in see where they're going, watch some shows that I absolutely detested. So a little bit of variety. I got to say for a moment, going back to the germaphobe guy, if they really wanted to strike a chord, be realistic and make a comedy, have them get dirty and then do like the internal monologue thing where you're sitting there going, oh! It's like freaking out mentally.
Yeah.
That's kind of
that would be great.
Exposed to that, and then that would also kind of give a humorous moment where he's calm on the outside, but in the inside he is just losing it.
Yeah. Something like that would have been great, definitely.
Because you gotta like keep up appearances, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Natsu in the chat. I noticed you, man. We got Amelia, Shatos, Haru, Mega, Macklenot is in the chat.
Whoa.
Girl Bro is in the chat. Eno is in the chat. Crazy turnout. Some very cool peeps that I personally know and appreciate. What's up, guys and gals?
The only other two that really stood out for me this season as well, though, is Vatican, Kiseki, Sakan.
Not really.
And the new Netflix show of Castlevania.
Does that count? Because I want it to count real bad.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, I'm still gonna trash it.
It's got a
Vatican,
count. Come on, it came out this season.
So
Right?
Vatican wasn't that good. It was pretty shit.
Castlevania, I disliked.
All right.
You didn't like Castlevania?
How could anyone like it?
It's amazing. How could you not?
Opinions seem to be very polarized when it comes to Castlevania, because I've met other people who dislike it as well. I know some
I didn't
people
like
love
it. It's
Wait,
just
did you guys play the
inconvenient.
game?
It wasn't to my taste. No.
Wait, what was wrong with it?
Okay, so Castlevania, it's not an anime. It's a North American anime-inspired show, but I will just tell you why it's terrible. Okay, first of all, historically, it's a joke. You have Catholic priests running things in Romania, which was always historically Orthodox Christian. I know I'm Orthodox Christian, so it's complete nonsense.
That's what's killing you?
There is no mention of the Turks. There is no mention of the Turks in Wallachia in the 1400s. Like, what a joke.
There's a vampire man who summons hell.
That's not a vampire. Castlevania is not about a vampire. Castlevania creates a vampire figure who is so OP for absolutely no reason or explanation. He has godlike powers. He can manifest, destroy entire cities with flames, summon demons, teleport. Like, it's so ridiculous, man.
Of course, he's the last boss.
Exactly.
Completely OP. The last boss at the beginning, completely OP. No explanation why he's OP. And don't get me started on the animation, the facial expression animation.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that.
In this show is so bad. Like shows in the early 90s and 80s were better than this show's facial expression animation. So while I think that there's some cool characters with potential, like Alucard and Trevor, I feel like overall it was just like I have no idea why people are hyped for this show. It was not good, guys. No.
I really loved this show, but like I grew up playing Castlevania, so to me I'm like, yeah, Trevor. Like you got Trevor, you got I always called her Sypha, but apparently she's Sypha or whatever they call her in this. It like to me I'm like, yes, good. I like all these characters. It's literally like it's the game, which I think is cool. Except they left out fucking what's his face. I can't remember his name, but he's like the pirate thief guy. Yeah, him. I can't for the life of me remember his name right now, but he's cool. And I don't know, I like that show. I feel like this could be an episode of its own. Like what we love and hate of Castlevania.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like you see, I haven't played the game, so I'm just like
So from like a
new person looking into it, which I think makes me more objective because I didn't go into it not wanting to like it, but I just was not impressed at all.
That's fair. Like I think this show heavily relied on like, y'all remember Castlevania, right? And if you're like, no, you're like, what the hell's going on? Why is because in those games it also doesn't make like Dracula's like a vampire, right? But he can also like he commands death itself and Frankenstein's monster and the mummy and like all these other creatures, and they don't really explain how. Like, so I'll give like it's just because I've played those games, I like it. I think the story's fun, mainly because it's written by Warren Ellis, who I love. So, but I also understand he can be real hit and miss sometimes. I understand why people might not like it, but I loved it.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was always the thing, is that it's just, Dracula was up to no good, and you were part of a lineage of vampire hunters sent to stop him, and you were fighting these mythical creatures as well, so...
Exactly. Well, and Trevor had none of them had personality.
No, so, no character, no personality, really. Yeah. So
I always imagined Trevor to be like Captain America for some reason. Like when I was a kid, like he was like a real, he was a real good guy, and he's gonna go stop the bad guy. Like, like he's a real... true hero. In this, he's like a fucking drunk asshole. I love him in this. Way better than what I thought he was.
Yeah, the thing that I don't understand is also his wife gets burned at the stake for trying to help people and using science because she dedicates her life to helping people, and then he's like, well, I'm gonna commit genocide against these people now.
He never liked us
my wife, in the memory of my wife, I'm going to commit genocide against the people she wanted to help. Like it's just such bad writing. Like maybe it's fun for a game when you an action game, but it's terrible writing, guys.
If you killed my wife and my wife was a doctor, I would kill you, because it's I would kill all of humanity.
He doesn't. Yeah, that's the thing. He doesn't kill the necessarily go after the guys that are responsible. The Catholic Church in Romania in the 1400s, clearly. He goes after everyone, innocent people, which is so stupid because his wife, too, was innocent, and that's the whole point. So this guy must be some kind of complete moron who somehow is this great godlike power and has all these inventions in his home that we don't know anything about. Yeah.
That doesn't,
but then that's why Alucard was there. And that's why
Alucard's there to be like, this is wrong.
Alucard tried to stop him. And
Alucard was like, This show makes no sense, Father. And then he just...
Father, the show makes no sense. Shut up, Alucard. Shut up, son. Don't tell
This is poorly written, Father. He's like, no, now you're going to sleep until the 4th episode.
Exactly. The character everybody wants to see. You go away. That said, that introduction was fucking awesome.
No, it was. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I did like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I like the
I like the Alucard and Trevor battle. I thought that was the highlight of the show for me, but again, that's the whole season, those 4 episodes, and just at the end of the 4th episode gets kind of interesting for me.
Well, it was originally supposed to be a movie. Like they wrote this in I think 2007, and it was supposed to be a movie. And as much as I like the show, you can tell, you can tell that they retooled this.
Well, I mean, it makes sense because that's just it. We haven't heard from Castlevania in quite a while. Konami's not doing anything with it, so it makes sense that it would have been around that time.
I'm happy Konami's not doing anything with
people. We're going off topic.
Yeah, that's true.
Castlevania is not part of this Summer Anime 2017. So
Okay, fine.
That's what you could expect from Rant Cafe is great discussions.
We were
guys,
racing.
stick with the anime, man. Come on.
Yeah, but
No, it's cool. I wanted to get my Castlevania rant in because some people told me you gotta see this, and I was like,
okay, look,
anyway.
It's the Berserk
Come on,
anime
just
nobody
agree.
got.
let's just agree on this. Fuck Castlevania.
No.
Let's go to Summer Anime 2017.
Let's talk about anime. The thing we're here to talk about.
in other words,
Okay, so-
in other words, we can't say let's talk about Ecchi. That's it.
Here are some of the anime I checked out. I still need to check out some of the ones you mentioned, like the No Gal thing.
Hajimete
And
no
apparently,
Ga,
it's a lot of fan service, so I don't mind that. As long as it's not lolly fan service, I'm not.
No.
a fan.
There is actually. You just
You know
reminded
lolly.
me. There is a lolly with big.
Okay.
I mean big ass
Huge.
Animac, you need to know this in advance. The protagonist's friends are basically lolicons. They have an
Yeah.
obsession with little girls.
It's
Oh,
gross.
God. Okay, so
Well, okay, no, but okay. The
They don't actually
manga,
do anything with it though, but they
Yeah,
talk
like-
about it though. So
if they do this correctly, the manga has like actual romance, and the characters get developed. Like they start off real 2D, and they become actual characters as the manga goes on. I usually don't like ecchi, but this story kind of got
okay,
me.
I'll check it out. But if I feel like I'm like I feel
Then bail.
dirty after watching it, I'm not gonna keep watching it.
That's fine. Like totally bail if it's weird.
Yeah.
I'm
understand.
just gonna.
Completely. Speaking of completely unnecessary lollies, Fade Apocrypha, everyone. This show I feel is going to be ruined completely. Like I feel like it's a good setup, but I very much have the feeling that it's gonna end up being crap because
No.
they have not one, not two, but three heroes somehow becoming lollies for absolutely no reason, which to me just says they're pandering. This show is just going to be about pandering to otakus. There's not going to be any substance to it. And while I think that Jean is an interesting character, everyone else seems pretty 2D to me, or classic archetypes.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I'll keep watching it, but I'm fearful.
I do like the concept of Fate Apocrypha. It's very interesting. I mean, it's not the same as Fate Zero. It's not like only it's a team-based. It's a team-based battle. It's between the red faction and the black faction. This is different. We haven't seen this before, so that's what's really interesting. Still, the competition is not here yet, but I guarantee you we will be getting a lot of action. But you guys notice that Jack the Ripper is actually a fucking lolly.
yes,
That is weird. Okay,
Yeah.
I haven't seen.
Jack,
I haven't seen the
they-
second episode. Is that
Shakespeare-
real?
No, Castor, aka Shakespeare, he said he was talking about Jack the Ripper, and we just got a scene where we see a lolly girl walking down the alleyway with blood on her mouth. And I was like, is that really Jack the Ripper?
That's
Yeah.
okay. As a
By the way, guys,
It's
loves Jack the
Jacqueline.
Ripper as a character.
It's
Oh,
Jacqueline.
That sucks.
By the way, is anyone going to reference the fact that Jack the Ripper is supposed to be a great historical hero? Like, what the hell is happening?
How is he
I
a
don't-
hero? Like, that's
Yeah,
weird.
The thing is,
That's awful.
many people are complaining the fact that A1 Pictures are doing Fate Apocrypha. They don't like that. They don't
They
want
wanted
A1
it, yeah.
Pictures. Yeah, they didn't want A1 Pictures to animate Fate Apocrypha, so that's why people are disappointed. Many think it will be disappointing. It's going to be trash. It's going to be a letdown. However, I do have potential. I do have faith in it. I think it's going to be good.
Huh.
We're just going to have to wait for it. Don't trash talk about it,
It's-
Animac.
I know.
it's really interesting because that's Ufotable generally does it, and I get people wanting to do it, but that's the thing is they don't need to cover everything Fate related. It's fine if let our studios branch out, but it is going to be interesting. Obviously, of course, Type Moon is very big with the Fate universe about gender bending things, essentially, to where it's like, oh well, you see, history is dictated that they're supposed to be this, but did you know? That isn't actually the case because I mean, obviously, history is influenced by man.
Well, it's called
man writes
his
the narrative,
story.
So yeah, so that's just it. It's
No, but no, it's messed up though. With like, I mean, if you're looking at like things like, say, like Arthurian legend and stuff, you know, like King
yeah.
Arthur, all that. And if you're looking at that and then try to attach that to the sex that the characters have in Fate, then
Why?
yes, that's right. The
It'll be kinda
mana
messed up.
infusal. Yeah.
yeah, you're gonna be kind of messed up. Yeah, because like
Oh no.
Arthur
Yeah, like how is
Charlemagne.
Charlemagne's paladin is like a little girl or something? Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
I
don't get it.
like Saber. I dig. I'm fine with them saying like, no, King Arthur was a girl. I'm like, okay, that's a little bit weird, but I like Saber, so it's fine because they made Saber a character.
Okay,
Like,
yeah,
she's
sure.
interesting. But Jack the Ripper, the lolly, is fucking weird. Like, that's really not okay. And then like gender bending, you can only gender bend like a couple times until it gets weird.
Yeah, they're overdoing it. And Skull says Jack the Ripper is also a girl. I actually think he's a boy lolly trap, isn't he?
No, there is actually a trap which so many people have been telling me about. As the
Yes, there's a trap.
who is dressed as a girl, and I'm like, people in the first episode I made my reaction. People were like, "M.A. Recon, make sure do not fall for the trap," because people have read the light novel of the series. I was like, when Astafolo came up, I was like, oh, okay, this looks an interesting girl, and people were saying in the comment section, "Recon, that's a boy." I was like, oh shit, is that the trap people were talking about? Seriously, it always gets me. Whenever boys are dressed as girls, I just think they're girls. God, it just always fucking
Jack
messes
is not
me up.
a trap. It's
Jack
actually
is not.
No, Jack is a girl. Jack is a girl. Jack is not a trap.
Oh, I thought Jack was a trap. But anyway,
Yeah.
The trap is
Yeah.
Astafolo, the one with the pink hair.
I will say
The point
Mordred is cool.
Yeah,
I thought the Mordred reveal was kind of, like, because I thought that was Saber. Like, I was like, oh, it's a red saber. But then they're like, no, it's Mordred. I was like, oh, fuck, that's actually kind of cool. Like, but then I was like, fuck it. Everything after that was lame.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it was okay. It's kind of like a Revy meets Saber, but
Yeah. She has that kind of attitude.
the other thing I was gonna say is like that whole traps and lollies and stuff is just pandering to a certain otaku fan base, and that's what makes me think it's not gonna end up being a good show, because whenever a show just panders for the sake of pandering, that's a problem.
Yeah.
So now to move on to another anime that I only watched the first episode, not the second. What's it called here? The gambling one. What's it called? Kakegurui.
Yeah.
Kakegurui.
So with that, again, I have issues with. I'm gonna keep watching it because of the gray-haired girl that we see is clearly best girl. So I wanna
Gray-haired.
I wanna watch.
What gray-haired girl?
I think it's like the student council president.
Oh, you mean the one with the blue lipstick?
With the blue eyes, yeah. As well,
With the blue eyes and the blue. Yeah, okay.
Clearly best girl.
No,
but,
fuck that, man. Jabba me.
No.
Jabba me.
But the thing is, again, something with this show, and by the way, for Fate Apocrypha, I don't mind the animation in terms of studios. The animation is not the problem at all for me. It's just like kind of like the other stuff. But yeah, for Kakegurui, again, I don't get the concept of, okay, so we go to the school and we all gamble there, and that's completely okay. And by the way, you can cheat, and everyone knows that cheating is happening, and everyone's okay with that too. Like that I didn't buy into the premise that much. I also don't like the beta male protagonist. Not a fan of that. It's like first he is dominated by one chick, and now he's going to be dominated by the new girl. Like, not a fan of those types of characters, but I will keep watching that one. What your guys' take?
I didn't see this one, so.
Well, I'd say it's later on where you learn like the goal behind all the gambling, because at the moment, it was explained that the current student council president is the one who changed and set up the system that's currently running. And then when you meet her later on, she'll then explain like why, through the setup she then puts on certain people. Yeah, I mean, and then you'll understand. Oh, so that's why they're doing it. Yeah, I mean, but yeah.
If it turns out that gray-haired girl is a trap, I'm gonna...
No.
There's no traps.
There's no traps in this. There might be a nice surprise for you, but there's no traps.
Wait, have you read the manga?
Yeah.
You've read it. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna say this right now, but the way the academy runs, the school itself, with all the rules of the gambling, it's pretty, savage. It's pretty cruel, because a character named Satomi Mary, the blonde-haired girl, which we saw in the first episode against Jabami. The thing is, the way the school runs is that if you keep on losing when gambling, you owe a lot of money to other people. You are in debt. And if you keep on losing and losing more, you are being treated as a house pet. And that is what Satomi Mary is in this situation right now. People are treating her as a house pet. So if you're not popular, you get treated like shit. If you are popular, you get treated like a queen, exactly like Jabami is right now. Jabami is like a queen. She's getting noticed by everyone. She is going to be the queen of gambling for sure.
Yeah,
So I mean,
that's what you
I
say.
guess you could say that this is just a more savage version of kind of the real world.
Yeah,
Where it's like a
technically yes.
commentary on, you know, how the real world consumerist capitalist world actually works, but in a microcosm of a school where gambling is like a kind of like you have investment stocks in the real world. I guess we could overthink that way, but my thing is that the fan service in the show is completely contrived. And you guys know I don't hate fan service. I like when it's done for a purpose, like with Keijo, like with Kill la Kill, Gurren Lagann, even Code Geass. Like they put it in like situations where it looks natural. But for this, they have like the camera angles just like randomly going up the girl's skirt. And it's like, why is this happening?
The outro, Jesus.
Yeah, the outro.
But it's like, why that? Because the fan service should somehow be like, if we're looking from the protagonist perspective, like, would he see this? Like with Kill la Kill, like they do the battles in those outfits for a reason. Or with Keijo, the whole sport revolves around that, so you understand it. I don't like when it seems so contrived. It's like, oh, and now here's the obligatory fan service, and it doesn't make sense to the plot at all. It's just like, oh, here it is. Like, I mean, I don't mind fan service, but it kind of throws me off when I see that type of stuff. I don't know about you guys.
I like the close-ups when the show, you know, creates the close-ups when like the camera just zooms into their lips and all this stuff, and they do an action. That is really good. Very, very good quality. I mean, it gets me. I'm like, damn.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't like tasteless stuff like how what was it, Clockwork Planet was?
Oh yeah,
Really?
another example. Yeah.
Wasn't too
Oh
great.
shit! That was just terrible. And I know some people have a negative reaction to all the quote unquote rape faces that the girls pull as well.
I'm glad I didn't watch this show. I was told so many times, like don't watch this. Like everyone I know is like, please don't. This is super not your show. I was like, okay.
No,
Like,
try it out though.
Man, I don't like this kind of stuff. Like
It
this
would
is
be funny if JoJo ends up loving it, and it just like it makes him question his whole life.
exactly. 'Cause it's like, have I not been ace this
What
whole
is
time?
happening?
Like, Jesus Christ, my whole world.
How about we talk about shows that disappointed us?
Okay,
Oh,
so
Kakegurui.
let's talk
Oh.
about Knights and Magic, everyone.
Fuck you!
Okay, man, I hate.
Are you kidding me?
Wait.
No,
I
Knights
got
and Magic was not good, man.
Okay.
No, it was.
Come on now.
JoJo, just
No. I'm gonna say this right now.
Okay.
I
Go
have
ahead.
problems with people who disagree with me. Really.
I know you do. So
Fair enough.
Here, Jojo, I'm gonna let you take it first. Go ahead, Jojo. Talk.
You don't want me to do it, dude. I'm not gonna be nice.
Okay, I'll go first.
I'm not gonna be nice either. Just do it.
No. I think I should talk about the good stuff.
Go ahead, and then we'll
So then we
rip
can
apart.
slam the show afterward.
Exactly.
Talk about the good stuff. Convince me, please convince me.
Yeah,
So I
Convince
gotta
you.
say-
Okay. I haven't read the manga, but when I watched the first episode, people were complaining to me during my reaction. It was very fast paced and all this stuff, but for me, like from the first episode of Knights and Magic, they killed off the otaku straight, like boom. Innocent. I was like, really? They killed him so fast? Like, we didn't even get to know the real world and all this stuff. We didn't even get to know who he was, and they just killed him instantly. And he got reincarnated into this lolly boy. He's not a girl. He's a boy.
I know, yes.
The show.
And and I really enjoyed it. And I was like, that was too fast. I'm like, okay, let's keep on going. Let's see how it is. So as for he got reincarnated, his dream is to pilot a silhouette knight. And that was mostly what happened in the first episode. And then they got attacked by like these creatures, mystical creatures like dinosaurs, gorillas, and all this stuff. I was like, damn, okay, we're getting somewhere. And when we jump to the second episode, he then goes ahead and pilots a silhouette knight. But the way he pilots it, it's completely different from any knight that I've witnessed.
Okay, but you're recapping the episode. I've seen it. Like, tell me why it's good.
Because it's so special. It stands out a lot, this mecha series. It stands out. It's mixed in with fantasy. That I just like it a lot. It's very interesting, the plot.
Anyone else want to defend this one?
Come on.
Okay, I think
Come on.
I think you hated it, judging solely off what I'm hearing. I feel like you hated it more than me, so maybe I'll go because I'm kind of in between, but I do have strong feelings.
JoJo, go ahead.
Okay, I hate isekai stories like a lot. I think they're real dumb.
So that means you hate ReZero and Konosuba.
Yes, I hate ReZero with a passion. I think it's a terrible show. I think Konosuba's pretty good, actually. I really like Konosuba because that spoofs a genre that I already don't like. I feel like you're going to do a fantasy show, do a fantasy show. I don't need some nerdy otaku being like, this is just like my video games. Like, I don't need that shit. So, I usually hate this, but I will say the main character is kind of okay. I like that he's not irritating, like Subaru. like shitball. So I kind of like the make. I was surprised that I liked the MC, so maybe that caught me off guard. And I think the idea of like night robots is cool. I think it's weird that it's in a fucking fantasy, like that it's clearly like they're medieval, but they have robots that aren't magic, they're robotic because they show you the inside. It's a fucking robot. So it's like, okay, how can you build robots but you live in castles?
It's ever since Escaflowne, they've always tried to combine those elements, it seems like.
Yeah, Escaflowne was actually better. Escaflowne
oh, absolutely.
Good. It was girl-oriented. Like, I think that was a shoujo because the girl is the main character. And it's like a reverse harem situation. But I actually like that. That's from the 90s, and I actually liked Escaflowne, the way they did it.
I like that as soon as I said ReZero, the chat's like, fucking blasphemy!
So I have personally a lot of issues with ReZero. I don't completely hate the whole show, but I have issues with it. Won't get into it now, but yeah.
It's my least favorite thing I've ever seen.
Rem is still best girl, bro.
Man, please, Amelia is best girl. Even Subaru knows it.
What about Ram, though?
Ram has nothing to do with it.
I know. I'm sorry, I have to throw it out there.
No, you guys are missing. You're missing the number one. It's Betty. Shit up.
You mean Betelgeuse?
Beatrice.
No, Beatrice.
What about the sword dude?
Oh yeah,
I
Beatrice,
like
the lolly, twinkled-haired girl.
I don't know, Priscilla is pretty crazy.
Nah, not really.
Okay, but Knights and Magic though is dumb and lame, and Isekai is shit. The only thing I like from this is the main character. I thought he was really cool, and I like his like sidekicks, I guess, like those two kids who like hang out with him. I thought they were like okay. Like the reason I thought this was fine is because I hate the genre, but this is like okay. So that's the best I can offer is it's fine.
So my problems with Knights and Magic is, of course, and like I guess we can talk about it in conjunction with Isekai Smartphone thing, because it's another Isekai show. But like with Knights and Magic, I thought it was like there's no explanation whatsoever why this guy, when he's run over by a car, becomes a child in another world. A child that was alive at the time, and all of a sudden he goes into that child's body. And there is no adjustment period. He is completely fine with this. He's like, yeah, let's do it, baby. Woo! Doesn't think about, his former life. Doesn't think about what is going on here. How am I going to adjust? It's just like, no, woo, let's do it. Like, I like that he's not a crybaby. Yeah. But again, like, I just didn't buy it. It was just seemed way too cliche. Like, you've seen one No Game No Life, ReZero, Sword Art Online. Like, how many more can you see? Mm-hmm. And then, like, the CGI animation is so bad of like the monsters that like I can't even guess.
The monsters didn't have bad CGI. It was pretty good. Oh.
I saw the bugs and laughed. Like as soon as they showed up, I'm like, "Are you fucking for real?" Like when the bugs showed up.
Have you seen the behemoth though?
Yeah, that's the CGI that I'm talking about. It's so bad, man. It sticks out so bad.
It was attractive for me. It was nice, very colorful, different colors. It was like blue, purplish, and all this stuff. I mean, you gotta agree with me. You can't just trash talk about a series straight away.
No, we don't.
We don't.
That's just it.
I respect you. I don't agree.
Go on. Oh, but people in the comment section definitely do agree with me because I can definitely see
seen a lot of people
are saying that people are agreeing the show is good. So yeah, thank God I got people on my side.
I think it's fine to have different. I think it's more interesting to have different opinions.
I think if you like generic stuff, then you'll like it.
If you want a popcorn, like the other podcast I was in talking about seasonal anime, this came up, and I just said, if you want like a popcorn show to watch, like, because you're bored, this is an okay one. Like, to just be like, throw it on in the background, whatever. Like,
there's a term a friend of mine used, and he called it like junk food. And I think that's a really apt term because, you know, it's like we all enjoy junk food, and there's nothing wrong with it. Obviously, of course, within moderation. But I mean, that's just it. Every now and again, junk food is nice to have. So,
yeah, it's like, hey, do you guys like Erase? Do you guys like ReZero? Here is Knights and Magic.
Yeah.
Okay, but another show that I did that was
okay. Let's
disappointing.
Recon, hold on. Let's talk about similar. Let's talk about the Isekai Smartphone show.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Okay, cool. Because this show I actually thought was better than Knights and Magic.
Hell no.
Because at least
I agree.
At least in this show, there's a justification for why he goes to another world. It's not a good one necessarily, but it's at least it's a justification for why it actually happened. So we know something. Devil the Rebel, Knights and Magic, no boobs, no plot for me.
Devil the Rebel strikes again.
Thanks for your support, bro.
Okay.
Okay, so where was I? Yes. So the phone. I also thought it was kind of interesting that you basically have Kyo and Ro from Clannad as the kind of main girls with the protagonist. Like, they look like them, they act like them. So I guess, I mean, it's not original, but it's interesting. And the guy's a total OP Kirito clone, though. So you know this is going to be such a Sword Art Online.
He looks nothing like fucking Kirito.
He looks like him.
He looks just like him. What are you talking about?
Like him.
He doesn't look like Kirito.
Yes, he totally does.
No, he doesn't look like Kirito.
I was drunk off my ass on a stream watching this, and the first words out of my mouth is, that's a Kirito-looking motherfucker right there. That was the first words out of my mouth.
Very Kirito, absolutely.
I mean, no, Kirito is more serious. This guy is like...
he can be more serious, but they look identical. Their appearance, like...
I know their appearance, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They look identical.
In terms of the character design, I mean, that's just it. It's not like an absolute clone of him per se, but it's the fact of how the character... You could basically plug into him in terms of being a blank slate. I mean, obviously, there are differences in terms of the character, differences in terms of personality and so forth, but rather how the audience themselves can attach themselves to the character.
Like, this dude is, like... Kirito is at least like a badass, which is nice.
Thank you.
That's his character. Is I am badass. You're like, yes, Kirito, you are badass. This guy is just fucking worthless. Like, I hate Isekai. I watched this because I got drunk and decided to do a live reaction, which I almost never do. And I was like, I think I had to delete it because I ended up getting really hammered and I just played anime music at the end. But I just titled it like, this show is probably shit, so let's watch it. And I was surprised with how much I actually, like, it's bad, but I had fun with it because it doesn't really take itself super serious, which I like.
Here's what I'm gonna say about Isekai Smartphone. I was so excited for it. Like, first time it got announced, there was a trailer. I was like, "Oh, this looks interesting. It could be like another funny Konosuba parody." I'm like, "Yeah, let's do this. First episode. Let's get into this." I see the main character, and I straight away judged him. Okay, he is plain as fuck, and he was so like, he wasn't panicking. He was like, "Okay, I'm dead. What's going on?" He was like, he sounds so confident. Now he met God. "Now you are dead. I shall send you to another world. What would you like in that another world?" And he was like, "Okay, I want my phone. I want to use my phone." It's like, ugh. So then he got transported. He used his phone, met a bunch of lollies, and he just introduced like fucking ice cream to them.
Well, he met like one.
And then he knows how to use all 6 elements of magic, and I was like, "Is that it? That was it, basically."
Yeah, that was
it.
That was dumb.
He can just use the magic so easy. I was like, Kirito.
Here's the deal too.
I can double wield.
In a counterance to that, I actually went in the opposite that you did, Recon. I looked at it, read the description. I'm like, oh, this is going to be terrible. This sounds generic.
Really?
It sounds bland and boring.
Because I
mean, it's like, oh, hey, it's a fantasy show where a modern kid gets taken back in the past. And he's got a cell phone. I didn't,
It's almost like
something
Isekai's really stupid or something.
Yeah, like Oda Nobunaga. They did something similar to that where the guy had his cell phone with him and he made a noise and he was able to distract the soldiers. I mean, it's been done before, woohoo, who cares? But believe it or not, I actually didn't mind. I don't think it's good, but I didn't mind the fact that at least they explained it. God was like, hey, yeah, I killed you. Didn't expect anyone to be there. Sorry about that. Oh, that's okay. You're really taking this calmly. My grandfather just taught me, accept things that happen in life. He's like, oh, that's really cool. And it's just, yeah, it's just, it's like, that's all good. Hey, I appreciate it. And, just want my cell phone. And we can't contact anyone. Oh, okay. And he's calm about stuff. Now, of course, anyone would be freaking out, but so the calmness is a little too extreme. But it's like, at the same time, his OP-ness makes sense. Like, God's like, hey, yo, I'm going to give you a stat boost. And then he's proficient in everything to where the characters are like, most people generally at best can use 3 elements, and that's considered really good. You can use all 6. What are you? Like, what are you?
He's a god.
They explain why Kirito's a badass in the game. It doesn't make it any more less stupid.
No, exactly.
Like, he's a thing.
But I appreciate the fact though that they try. They at least play, and that there's actually like a god that is able to bestow these things. So this omnipotent being bestows this character with stuff. Now, obviously, of course, where it goes from there. I mean, it's pretty standard. Generic fare there. Gives him ice cream. These girls are probably going to fawn over him. He's probably going to meet other girls as well.
He's building a harem
party. Yes. So I don't know, but I didn't actually mind the first episode that much. I was entertained at least, but I wouldn't say it's good though.
It was chill. I would say it was a chill episode. Not too bad.
I think chill is the perfect. Yeah, because again, I hate this shit. Like, so I try to have fun. I tried to have fun with it, and it's the kind of show where like it doesn't take itself seriously. Like, it's like, this is stupid. Let's have some fun, and they just kind of have fun. I do like the magic system. I just wish he wasn't like god tier at it right away.
Yeah.
Devil the Rebel strikes again.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Devil the Rebel, donate £2 to say no phone, no memes, no life.
This is true. Well, see, that's the thing. He's a modern kid. He needed to have his phone. I gotta have my phone.
But what is the fucking point of the phone?
No,
all use the internet? I don't get it.
Network.
That I'm not in anymore.
I don't actually have a problem with that because I feel like it's a cool concept to be able to be in a fantasy world and actually in some way interact with the real world, see what's going on in the real world. I think that's a unique twist that could be used well. I doubt it will be. But it could be used well.
But it's a good way to humanize him, though. Like Animax said, it's a good way for him to keep in touch with the old world, and it's just it does establish an element of being a human being. Like, you're transported to someplace else, yeah, you are going to want to attach yourself to those things that you're familiar with.
The only thing the phone does, like, I like that, but I wish he kept like anything else. I'm like, really, a fucking phone, like not a memento of your grandfather or something like that. I understand it's the point of the show, but all it serves is that like
it's a memento of my grandfather.
Exactly. Yeah, this phone is my grandfather. Anything, I would have taken that because it's like all they use the phone for is to take selfies as like the buffer between commercials. That's all they use it for.
The only good thing that he used that phone for that episode was just to navigate his way to town and then teach them about ice cream. That was it. That was
so Google. So Google Maps exists in this.
Google Maps exists, and then he used Google to. And then he used.
But where's the service provider?
Exactly. Is there a satellite? Like, what's going on?
God did it, man.
That's so lame.
God created the service for him.
God.
They explain the battery that he can recharge the battery through magic, but it's like the service provider. It's like, hey, how good is my coverage? Is there any areas where
God set up a data plan for him? I don't get it.
Anyway, we'll see. I'll probably end up dropping this one, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's fun.
Give it 3
He's
episodes.
on the heaven plan. That's it.
I'm gonna say, give it 3 episodes.
I'll give it like 3
better. It might get worse. So
one that I actually thought could be good is the Vatican Kiseki.
Yeah,
the Vatican Miracle.
Yeah,
Finders or whatever. That I thought it was very creepy and in an interesting way, and like you knew there was a lot going on there, and that it could be interesting. It could also go just like the problem is that I don't see any characters right now that I would really like and be able to attach myself to. Maybe that changes. So we'll see how it goes, how they develop the characters. But I think that could potentially be a good kind of horror psychological anime. What do you guys think?
I mean, I'm not into mystery that much. I watched the first episode, but then it got to a point where I was getting bored. There wasn't really too much happening. I know it's a mystery. A lot of mysteries. Right? Yeah, I'm talking about the plot. It wasn't that appealing to me, so that's why I'm like, I don't know whether I should continue it. I don't know whether I should drop it, but I'm still gonna give it a 3-episode test. But the plot is the main reason why I'm getting bored of it.
That's fair. This is like the one show that I was like, but just before the podcast, I was like, have I watched everything? Yeah. Oh fuck. And this was the one that I forgot. So I was like, shit, because like not to tell too much about myself, but I have an uncle who's a priest, right? So like I'm very tied to this kind of thing.
Is it Catholic or Orthodox?
Catholic.
All right. So he must be Romanian.
I wonder what, like, if I sat him down and be like, let's watch Castlevania. Like, what he would think.
Yeah,
he'll be like,
he'll be happy about that.
Oh yeah, he's just like, why is my faith being portrayed as being dicks? We actually watched Young Pope together, so that was fun. But anyway, I wanted to watch this because it sounds interesting, and I've heard people say it's interesting. I've also heard like people side with Recon saying it's very dull. So I don't know. We'll see. I think it sounds cool. That's all I've got on that.
Yeah, like it's not a battle shonen. That's
yeah,
but like I like it.
Yeah, I think it's alright. I mean, it looks interesting because I mean, there's the mystery itself that's going on, but then there also seems to be like some kind of political agenda within the church itself as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because there's some things that get talked about, and then you're like, oh, but you see a scene, and you're like, oh, there was that guy, and it seems as soon as someone wants to mention it, they're silenced. Yeah, I mean, so it's like, okay, so what are they hiding that or covering that up for? I mean, why do they want to be so hush about it? So, yeah, I think that there's a lot more going like on in it, but I guess those who just want boobs and action are gonna get nothing from the series because the series ain't about that. So,
yeah, and sometimes it's nice to have different types of stuff. One anime that really I'm most hopeful about right now is Made in Abyss.
Fuck, dude.
Good.
It's
so good.
It is
so good.
You know, you guys know that Castle in the Sky is one of my favorite anime movies, and this is very much influenced by Castle in the Sky. Like you can tell by the animation, like just like the designs. My one drawback is that I don't know why the characters are so kawaii looking. Like that,
it's chibi style.
Yeah, but like that to me is almost like, why are you doing this? And like that's why I'm afraid it's gonna end up being too much fan pandering. It's kind of distracting. But otherwise, this is definitely a show that I'm most hopeful about. It looks like an interesting world. It like I said, the animation is great. Like the setup was interesting, so I'm hopeful.
Yeah, for me, it's between this and Token Rambu for like top, like my favorite of the season.
I still have to watch Token Rambu.
I love it, dude. You might not like it. Like
No.
But
I'd say Token Rambu has a lot of like the male fan service for the girls as well. Like especially in episode 2, when you meet with the guys and stuff, it seems like that guy looks a bit too feminine.
He's
then
a little
the other
like,
guy. He looks a bit too feminine.
Well, they have that moment of like, hey, how's it going? Oh, don't mind me, just eating my rice, showing my muscles. What's going on? It's a little
Yeah, you know, they got all the different like boxes ticked. You know, they got the big bro type of guy. They got the little innocent, naive guy. They got like the bossy leader kind of guy. They got the stoic kind of guy. Yeah, I mean, and they're just ticking all the boxes. You know,
like all the guys.
Yeah,
all the guys for the girls. All of the guys. It's like that other one. That what's the other one? That Sekai Blast or whatever it is.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, that's another one where it's all the guys. For the male fan service.
You can't watch that. You mean Saiki Reload Blast?
Yeah,
you can't watch that. That's the 4th season.
Yeah.
So if you haven't watched the others, you can't watch that.
It's technically it's a sequel actually.
Yeah, so it's
just
a sequel,
weird because it doesn't advertise itself as a sequel.
Yeah, I've clicked on it on AniChart and checked if there was a prequel. I was like, no, okay, so what is it? But people did tell me that this is the 4th season. So if you haven't watched the others, you can't watch this one. So I was like, okay, I can't watch it.
But yeah, I don't want to talk too much about Token Rambu because like I'm sure we'll get to that later. Like I want to say like Made in Abyss fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like it was between this and like this and Token Rambu. And for the longest time, like nobody was touching Token Rambu, but this show was like one of the last ones I watched. This feels like it was made for me because I'm like I love fantasy series. Like it's got fantasy. I'm like big Monster Hunter fan. It's got monsters. Like cool robot kid. I love Mega Man. Like this kid's Mega Man.
I know, yeah. He's like Mega Man with like extendable arms or something.
Exactly.
Yeah, he can help the main character because the thing is, I love the character design. I don't have a problem with them being kawaii. It's nice to change things around, not always being the same thing with a regular character. It's nice to have chibi style. It's cute. The thing is, what mostly interests me is the plot and the story and the setting, of course, where it takes place, discovering the underground abyss. I'm like, wow, mystical creatures down there, relics. This is a great adventure series. This could really brighten up the season. And trust me, I'm gonna say this right now, but this could top everything this season for me. Made in Abyss is like crazy good.
I have to agree with you on something, Recon. So that's good.
What is it?
On this,
what is it?
That this is
your take on Made in Abyss.
Yeah,
it's really good.
I'm really liking it, what they're doing with it so far. Obviously, I don't want to talk too much about it because I'm well into the manga and I could spoil the crap out of it. I don't want to do that. It's very hard to control myself.
You read a lot of manga for new anime, man.
I prefer to read than watch. It's a lot more entertaining. You get a lot more out of the story. You see, if I'm watching Ballroom now, I only got to watch one episode. If I'm reading the manga now, I've done like, what, 50 chapters or so. You know what I mean? So... Yeah, but with Made in Abyss, I can say that I love how, I don't mind the whole cute factor because they are young. Yeah, they are little kids, so it's fine. It's not like, where you get the lolly mum, she's like 40 something, yet she's like fucking 2 foot something. Yeah, it's just, these are actual kids, so it's fine that they look like kids. Yeah,
the adults do look like fucking adults, like in the
They're making it correctly.
Monsters are great. There's some really interesting monsters later on as well. I like the science that they're gonna put into it because it's kind of akin to the Bends, deep sea diving kind of thing, but regarding this abyss thing, innit? Yeah, but they're gonna explain that more probably within the next episode, actually. And yeah, it just like the way it looks in it, you expect something like a Ghibli movie.
Yeah, totally.
And you totally expect that. But then
Castle in the Sky for sure.
It goes so deeper though. Like, funny enough, as they go deeper, the story gets deeper. Yeah, and
now you just sound dirty, man.
People have
the deeper end.
This is gonna get
You
dark.
have to get really deep into it.
Yeah, some real horrors start coming up. Yeah, real,
people are saying this is gonna get dark. So I'm like, okay.
I
get really dark, really dark.
I can't. Okay, like as a like in reality, I hate kids. Like I think kids are really annoying. I hate kids. I love these kids. No, I hate all that shit. I don't like kids in general. I think kids are loud, annoying, and obnoxious. But the kids in this are like adorable. And I'm like, I will protect these kids. Like if I have to jump to the goddamn screen. Like these kids are great. I love them. Like I love the characters.
By the sound of it, they're all gonna get slaughtered by
which makes me worried, yeah. They're probably
however, children, all of you that watch AnimeUproar, don't worry, I still love you. I still love you. Even if JoJo
don't
screw that, I love you. Keep watching anime.
I will kick you
all
out.
These kids, though, they don't have parents. They are all in an orphanage, and I like how they are assigned tasks by the adults on what they need to do. But however, the main character, she wants to do a lot more. She doesn't want to do the tasks that the adults are assigning her to do. Yeah. She wants to go deeper and explore the abyss more.
I'm saying it. Every time I hear it, I'm like, God, I'm sorry.
By the way, guys, leave a like if you like Rant Café. We got 100 likes for the last week, so let's see if we can beat that this week.
I gave you a dislike, by the way.
Oh,
I'm joking.
Anime that I'm just like, there's some anime this week that I'm just not interested in. That I don't, at this point, I don't know if I'll end up giving them a shot if people convince me. Like Soul convinced me to read the My Hero Academia manga, but
good stuff.
He did, and now I'm much more like into the show than I was into just the show because of the manga. But Ballroom I have no interest right now in watching it.
Yeah.
Can we
Dive.
talk about Dive?
Yeah,
first?
no interest.
Do I don't want to talk about
I'm gonna say this right now. I feel so sorry for the people who thought that Dive was gonna be the next Free.
that.
Unfortunately,
Pissed me off. Like,
Yeah.
I hated that people are like, this is the next Free. Motherfucker, Free is a fucking awesome show. Like, I'm doing a whole month of Free on my channel right now. I love Free. Free is great.
yes.
This ain't no Free. This is trash.
Yes.
This
It's
show's
not the same as
Ooh.
Free. It is about literally boys diving. It's not about swimming. It's so about boys just jumping
Diving.
off of a board and then just diving. I remember
Hey,
you
at least
told
it's
me
not false
Cyanide.
advertising.
Yeah,
Like,
I
fair
remember-
enough. Like, Free actually has like characters and story, and it's interesting, and the characters' relationships to each other like evolve the plot. It's fucking interesting, and it's done by KyoAni, so it looks beautiful. This is fucking garbage. Like, I'm sorry, but Dive is the worst thing I've seen all season. Like,
I
Dive
remember-
sucks.
I remember
I'm sorry.
Cyanide.
Jesus.
I remember Cyanide, you telling me, "Hey Recon, why don't you react to Dive and judge the characters diving?" Remember you told me that, Cyanide.
I did.
That'd be funny, actually.
And I was like, not really. I don't really want to judge them just diving into the pool. I mean, their goal is to go to the Olympics and just dive and dive and dive and dive.
Exactly.
And dive and dive.
So
and
uninteresting.
dive. It's so boring. There's nothing. There's nothing in it.
I mean, what? It takes them 3 seconds to get from the board to the water, yet they stretch it out to like 3 minutes or some shit. Yeah, I mean,
Exactly.
oh, he's spinning and he's spitting. He's like, fuck, no, that's impossible. Sorry, no, dude, turn it off.
I should have dropped it. Like halfway
I
through, I'm like,
dropped it.
oh no,
I
this
already
is
dropped
bad.
it first episode. It was terrible.
No, I mean, I should have stopped watching while I was watching. Like, I was like, this is bad. I finished the first episode. And I'm like, I could have dropped that like a minute in. I knew exactly what it was going to be the whole way through.
Oh god, yeah.
By the way, thank you to Tosin A and Natsu for complimenting the channel. Thank you guys so much for your kind words. We love ya. Also, how many Yuri fans enjoyed Skirt no Naka?
Oh my god, dude. I didn't watch it. I was told what happened. I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, I didn't watch it either. I just read the description.
I'm gonna. I think
Right.
the big girl. I think it's a boy. I think it's a trap.
Everything's a
Right.
trap.
I'm pretty
It's a
sure.
trap.
They
Oh,
Commander
I'm pretty sure it's a
off-guard
trap.
them.
They confirmed that, but Ryo is in
Yeah,
fact
Admiral
a
Akbar.
man who dresses like a lady.
He dresses like a lady, and then he has some nice hottie times in the bathroom with her. He gets her naked. It just sits on the toilet seat, and I was like, "Wow, this is
Okay.
good."
Yeah, so yeah,
I don't think I'm gonna watch that now.
I'm watching that one.
Well, Magic Bus does animate it, so you know.
Yeah, it is. I'm not no interest in watching that one.
Bathroom is for pooping, not for sex.
How about this, Animac? What did you think
The
about
germs, man.
Netsuzo
The
Trap?
germs.
What did you think about Netsuzo Trap, the one with the 2 girls cheating on their boyfriends?
The one where the black-haired
No.
girl rapes the blonde? Yeah, that was great.
Yes.
Like,
No, I
It's
didn't
fucked
watch
up.
that, and I totally don't want to watch it at all.
it's
No.
no, don't. It's a short too. It's not worth it.
It's a short. It's okay, but not that great.
It's pretty
No,
bad. I don't like it.
The weirdest anime I saw this season, which I actually have no interest in after watching it, because it seems like the director was on LSD or something, is that 18F.
18. I knew that's exactly where you're going.
That is so bad.
That was so weird. And
Have
like,
you guys ever played Yume Nikki? Because that's 18F. Like, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, I would agree with you on there.
Yeah.
it was like,
It's-
I don't know. I mean, if it was stretched out, like a single story stretched out over like say 3-4 episodes, then maybe there could be some kind of sense in it. But as it seems, it's gonna be like each episode is a single story. It's not really much time to develop as such, and it's just gonna be a weird episode after weird episode with a very, very short conclusion.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, that doesn't interest me. It just
I don't
seems
like
too weird.
If you
Another
want,
one
like,
I wanted
trippy
to watch
dreams-
I wanted to
Okay.
check out Violet Evergarden, but I couldn't find it anywhere. I don't know if
It's not out
It's
yet.
not coming
That's not
out.
out
Like,
yet.
It's not
That's
out yet.
January. That's coming out January.
It's January, Animac.
Yeah.
It's not out
can
yet.
somebody
That-
kick
that-
the guys who run Mal in the balls for that, by the way?
Yeah, because it's on Mal. That's why.
Yeah,
Like,
that-
I saw
it
that and
is.
got excited.
Yeah,
Like-
it looks great, but it's coming out January. Same like
Yes.
Encore, Fate Encore, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing.
Because they released it at fucking, what is it, Anime Expo, I guess? Like, they showed people, like, the first episode, I guess, of, like, whatever show. And so the rest of us are like, so it aired this season, but we don't get to see it, but it aired this, like, it's fucking weird.
What about Aho Girl? That shit
a lot of people
Holy,
have been asking
that is hilarious. Banana Girl.
Yeah.
Are you serious? That was I hated that show. I don't blame that show.
Are you freaking kidding me, Cyanide?
Let me pitch it. Let me pitch
the manga's funny. The manga's funny.
Exactly.
That's how I got into the show. Same like the Dure children. That as well. Yeah.
Suzure children. Yeah, that was good.
Wait, I want to pitch like Aho Girl or whatever it's called. I'm terrible.
Yeah, Aho Girl. Yeah.
Okay.
Full Girl. Yeah.
Do you want to watch 9 minutes of some dude beating the shit out of a girl?
Yeah.
For like 9 minutes. It is like every 5 seconds I was like, Shoryuken! Oh,
Yeah.
No, no. I like the fact that there are some wrestling moves, like he just picks
Exactly,
her up
yeah.
and then does the suplex.
He
Boom!
German suplexes her.
Suplexes her.
She is. Okay. I usually agreed with Cyanide. I'm gonna disagree on this only because it is funny. Like that girl is an idiot, but they play it up for laughs. There's another character who's a total idiot. I don't want to say the name because the chat will fucking massacre me. But there's a show that aired that I can't stand because the MC is so stupid. In this, the main character is supposed to be stupid.
I know who you are. I know what you're talking about.
Okay, I don't want to say it.
I know.
I know
I'm not gonna say it. I know who you are talking about.
Okay, people will be mad. I'm not gonna say.
I know.
But like the MC in this is supposed to be dumb, and that's the joke. So I'm fine with it here. And she is dumb. Like, oh my god.
Yeah. Even
The
her mom.
characters are. Yeah, even her mom is like, Jesus Christ.
And his mom is always like, please take care of her. Maybe you could marry her one day, please.
I love his like, never. Like, he doesn't even like her.
Never. I am never gonna marry this girl.
I actually kind of like this show. I feel
Now,
weird.
you see, there's a lot of great things in there, but my problem is that generally slapstick can be quite humorous. I mean, obviously, for Three Stooges from years gone past, even current era, slapstick will always generally have some form of humor in it. The problem is that it ceases being slapstick and becomes abuse.
He straight up,
He's
I'll agree
literally
with that.
a piece of shit to her. I mean, it's to a point where he's constantly insulting her. He's like, I mean, he's literally beating the shit out of her to where she goes flying. And for what? For essentially being dumb.
She says something stupid, and he like literally just Shoryuken, like, and she's just fine. I'll admit, if this was a real show, like if this wasn't animated, if this was real, I'd be mortified.
Yeah. No, but 1 minute. Cyanide, it's okay though when a tsundere female does that to a male.
No, it's not.
That's not. wait.
No, I'm not okay with that. Like, I hate abusive tsundere
There's
characters.
loads we could list. Yeah, I mean, there's loads.
Yeah, how could Kirie keep doing that in Girls Bravo to? I mean, what's Girls Bravo?
Oh god, yeah, fucking Girls Bravo. That's another thing. But no, it's just I'm generally not of a fan of it because abuse to me is not good writing. It's not good storytelling. It doesn't develop the character. He's an unlikable character who responds aggressively with violence to someone, and it's really obvious the show is going to pair them up together. And it basically makes her place stand as if you're supposed to be an idiot, let the guy take care of you and do everything. It basically creates a character that comes across very much as an archaic archetype that's expected for the female to be. They're dumb, they're stupid, they're basically supposed to have kids, stay at home, let the man do everything, he's supposed to take care of you. It is abhorrently insulting for that reason. Because the thing is, it's one thing to be stupid, but it's like they treat her that he has to take care of her. And he abuses her, doesn't like her, but he still does it. And she jokes around, but there's some little funny things there, but the show expands upon this, and that becomes the joke. Says dumb thing, abuse, repeat scene, and it's ad nauseum. Even in 13 minutes for one episode, it's an excess.
It's literally the entire show. Is like, again, it's funny because it's animated. If they actually like, but the more like when you point it out, it's like, yeah, it is kind of fucked up. Like, it's my problem with NTR is like everyone's like, it's hot. I'm like, she fucking raped her. Like, it's like you're right. Like, just because it's animated, it doesn't make it like less fucking wrong to like beat a chick up or rape.
And I mean,
somebody.
I know, well, hey, it's just it's just a show. Why so
Yeah.
serious, man? But I mean, that's the thing is, it's
a slippery slope, dude. Like, you start letting some
yeah.
shit slide, then you got like, it's not. Yeah. But I will say, fucking, it's kind of funny. like the Shoryuken made me laugh, and I apologize.
No, I mean, see, that's the thing.
No.
When they first did it, that is kind of funny. But then they kept doing it, and to the point of where another girl is crying because he's so aggressive. And
yes, like if it had been like a cutaway, like in Full Metal Alchemist, when somebody like punches Ed into the stratosphere, right? Like he goes away, but then they cut back and he's right there. Like it was clearly like an off, like just a joke, like a gag. In this, like he punches her, she goes flying, and then they carry out the scene when she has like a bruise and she's like against the wall. It's kind of fucked up. It's pretty hardcore. Like, and she's like, oh, like what does she say? Like when she says something about like a banana. Like I can't. I just remember there's a banana. Like, and I'm like, why is there a banana? Like
this show doesn't sound appealing to me at all. And
it's really Cyanide
doesn't want you to beat his waifus.
Oh, don't beat the wife. I gotta say,
the waifus. I agree.
He kicks the shit out of her, and I'm like, why? She's charming. Like she's just stupid. Like I kind of like her.
No, the fact that she gets 0 every time. That's why he.
That's like it's one thing for a character to blast off like Team Rocket, or if it's something that's over the top, it's one thing. But it's like she's constantly being abused, and it's more of it's not so much in a response. It's lashing out to how she is as a person, which I mean strikes me as I'm like, this guy's gonna fucking beat his kids and his wife if he gets married.
It's like she talks to the student council president.
No,
she starts acting like an idiot, right? She's like,
yeah, and that in response to it, that makes sense. See, I'm fine with that.
That one was fucked up to me because he punches her and she goes flying into a railing.
Oh yeah, I have an interesting theory. Is that when he gets to marry her and they have kids? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is gonna marry her. And they're gonna have kids, and then he's gonna beat the shit out of their kids because the kids are also dumb. They're gonna get 0 on every test. They're gonna fail school. They're gonna do bad in life. He's gonna beat the crap out of them.
But the more you say it, the more I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm sorry.
He has no interest in that though. In that way, he has no interest in that.
No, he's not interested. I hope he hooks up with the other girl because I don't want him to like just accept this.
Yeah,
a show that actually did the whole dumb girl thing right was Nodame Cantabile.
What else? That?
Yeah.
She's kind of like really dumb, but she's also like a pianist. And then the guy that Chiaki, I think his name is. He's like
Chiaki senpai.
Like he's like pushing her away, kind of thing, but he's not like abused or anything. So like I thought that show did that well.
Yeah. She's funny. Yeah, Nodame was funny.
Are you talking about Gekkan Nozaki?
No, we're talking about Nodame Cantabile.
Oh, I haven't watched that one.
Yeah, Nodame was funny. Like she was crazy. Like because it's a music thing, innit? And obviously with all music, it has its set tempo and stuff, innit? But then she would like kind of like zone out and go into her own mind and start going at her own tempo. And a lot of people couldn't keep up. But a lot of musicians, like teachers, were amazed at it because she was getting the notes correct, but she was going so bloody fast. Yeah, I mean, but she would do things like if she heard a piece of music that Chiaki Senpai did, for example, which sounded amazing, she would then dedicate herself to repeating that performance for days on end. And then after she'll turn up at his house, because she lives right next door, she'll turn up at his house, her hair all messy, her clothes stinking because she ain't washed or nothing. She's sat on that piano the whole time, innit? Then after he would just like force her into the bath and stuff. Then he'll make her some food. He'll give it to her, innit? He'll say, go on, eat. And she'll be like, no, I'm not eating. So then he'll pin her head back, get the spoon and start like shoveling the food into her mouth. Eat. So, but, it was humorous, with like her stupidity. But it's like, it was nice because you saw how she slowly won him over.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Oh, yeah. That was the charm of it.
Yeah.
I'm glad we had this conversation because Cyanide just made me go like, you're a bad person. I'm like, oh my god.
Can we talk about Clashing of the Elite?
It was funny though.
It was funny. I like.
Let's talk about one more anime and then wrap it up.
Can we talk about Yokoso Classroom of the Elite?
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, what's that?
I did not either.
I didn't watch
I haven't seen it. It's
I'm hosting the stream.
It's really good. It's actually pretty good.
Game of Thrones. So.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Check it out. It's you know what I'm talking about. It's the cover where everyone is dressed in a red school uniform. It's really good.
The Lurch one. Yeah, we were talking about that.
By Studio Lurch. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, please do. What anime should we talk about then?
What's the biggest on Mal right now? I honestly think it's fucking Hajimete no Gal.
I don't know. Recreators is still ongoing though. That's
Recreators, yeah. That doesn't count.
still
Like if
ongoing.
it counts, it's like then can we talk about My Hero Academia? Because I love that show.
Yeah, that's what
No.
I don't mind. Yeah.
We already know it. We've already
Recreators,
talked
like-
about it.
Definitely
Yeah.
have a new respect for recreators after seeing like some of these isekai email ones from this season.
Yeah, I apologize for ever making fun of recreators after seeing some of the shit I've seen. I'm like, okay, fair enough.
I've seen some stuff.
I have seen things.
There is a show that still didn't come out yet that I'm excited for. It's the Reflection Wave one coming out in 8 days.
That's from Stan.
Yeah.
That's Stan Lee. Like as a comic book nerd, when I saw that, I was like, "Fuck yes!" Like
I'm
Stan.
still waiting for it to make
Yeah,
a
There's
first
another
impression.
one, like how he done Hero Man.
It's yeah.
Studio Dean, just so you know.
It's
Yeah,
so
it's
it's
by
gonna.
It's action, so I'm excited. I don't know. That's the only one that I'm yet need to watch.
Stan Lee is an expert at making characters. I think Stan's stories kind of fall apart. Like I love Stan, but like his expertise is making characters. So if he makes the characters and then kind of lets like the team make the story, it'll be great.
I mean, Hero Man was alright, but I don't know like who wrote that story. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
But Hero
we'll
Man
see.
was alright. That was okay.
Well,
Yeah.
there was a manga too that he was involved with. Soul, you probably know it. I can't remember the name, but he was involved with a manga with someone else.
Hmm.
That
That sounds. I can't. I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember.
Yeah, it's just
Fuck.
the name escapes me.
Yeah, Karakuri Doji Ultimo, I think.
Yes,
What?
there we go. Yes, that's the one. Ultimo, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah,
Stan's an odd duck.
Yeah,
I love Stan.
Have you guys watched the Yokai Apartment?
I did.
Yeah, there you go.
Good show.
Yeah,
I was
it's good.
surprised. Yeah, it's
good, yeah.
like, do you like Mushishi? What if Mushishi was like ridiculous and happened in an apartment building instead of the forest?
With mechas?
There you go.
huh? With
if
what
Mushishi-
mecha?
Mechas?
No, it's not Mecha.
No, it's not a
Oh,
mecha.
okay.
It's
that would be
what if
cool.
Mushishi happened in an apartment building? That's
Yeah.
literally the show.
But it's so funny. Like
It's very
literally,
cool.
Akine, she's best girl within the series. man.
Oh, dude, totally.
So, she's so good looking, yo.
Well,
But-
she's cool because she's an exorcist, right? And
Yeah,
her job
yes.
has to set, like she has to go to the hospital every time because
Night
that's where people
shifts-
die all the time. And I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
and
fuck,
here's
that's
what I'm gonna
genius.
say. Night shifts in the hospital is like the creepiest thing, and it really scares me because you think like if you're in a night shift in a hospital, you're like in an abandoned hospital and something's gonna
Well,
happen to you.
For the last year and a half, I worked the night shift at a dog hotel. So
Oh.
it was me by myself for 10 hours alone, and every so often a dog would growl at me, and that is fucking terrifying.
Dog Hotel Mystery
Dog
Anime.
Hotel.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Dog
Well,
Hotel,
well-
best anime 2017.
Oh, I
have you
know,
watched
like cat cafes and dog cafes.
Neko?
Well, this is like if you're going out of town, you leave your dog with these people. That's all it is.
Oh, wow.
I wish it was cool where like you get to eat like eat and drink coffee, like eat
Yeah.
whatever and drink coffee and hang out with dogs. That's not what this is. Oh, one second.
On the phone.
Okay.
What about Shokoko no Altair? Have you guys watched that?
Yeah, that was actually interesting.
It
But
was
I'm
really
waiting for
interesting.
more episodes until I can really make my mind
It's
up.
about the Ottoman Empire, and it's really interesting about the war.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the
I'm
artwork's
excited.
alright as well. The artwork's okay. It's interesting.
Artwork's good. Yeah, I like the main character, Mahmoud. He's
No, I didn't like him. He's nah. Nah. No, when that woman
didn't like
put it
him?
on him and he just kind of shied away from it, like nah. Like
No, but people were complaining about the manga because during that first episode, when he fought against that thief, people were saying that they kind of skipped on a lot during that fight because in the manga it was a little bit more brutal, a little bit more bloody, but in the anime it's completely different. So they kind of skipped on that, which I wanted to see what it would be when it was pretty brutal. But I thought the episode was good. I mean, however, a lot of people did complain. I don't know why.
did we talk about Centaur Life yet?
No,
talking about
I
Altair.
feel like with Monster Musume and stuff, it's just like another one of those, and I don't have interest in it.
That show's fucking good, dude. Like
It's good.
it's actually like it's not
Centaur is good.
Monster Musume. I swear. Like this show is like it actually goes into its like lore and like humanity didn't descend from monkeys, they descended from like lizards and like shit like that. Like it's I'm doing a shitty job at describing it, but it's actually like just watch the first episode. It's genuinely.
Like, actually recommend the centaur thing because I was thinking it was just one of those.
No, it's good. Like I actually dig it.
Well, then there we go.
I did not see that coming.
Yeah. Well, that's like this season has been the season of like that show sounds stupid. Like everything that I usually hate for some reason this season's been like no, but it's funny though. I'm like, oh okay.
Have you guys watched?
There were certain bits missed out from the manga though with that centaur one.
I liked that they built like a world like where like certain monsters couldn't do certain things because it was like against the law, and I'm like, oh fuck, that's cool. And like the way they explain like where monsters came from, it was fucking really fascinating.
Have you read the manga Soul about the centaur?
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying. Just the first episode was different, and I thought that maybe it would be different that they're actually going to show this, but I'm guessing they censored it because whatever time they air it or whatever. But the first episode started off with Centaur Girl and her friends on a train, and there was an angel boy that was there, and he was trying to ask her out, innit? He wanted to give her a letter, confessing and stuff. And she ran off. She was scared. So then her friends go with her, eventually at the end of the day, they go to her house and stuff. And like, okay, so we're with you now. What was the problem? Like, why did you run off and stuff? So then she talks about, oh, well, you should know that the fact of, I think it's like 1 in 6, there's a chance that a baby that you have with an angel, a centaur with an angel, would come out deformed, didn't it? And stuff. And then
that's cool.
One of them's like, oh yeah, but the government has already set up like subsidies for that to cover expenses and things like that if that was to occur. Yeah, I mean, and then after she then talks about like this trip that a school trip she went on when she was young, and there was a cow there, and the cow had its like back end to them and stuff, and one of the little angel kids that was with her pointed to the cow's private area and was like, "Oh, that's like yours."
Oh,
you know what I mean? And then she's like, "No, that's a cow. I'm a horse." And since then, she's always had she's always felt funny over it. I can't remember the complex.
I wish that they fucking put that in the first step.
Yeah, and no, this is why they didn't. Yeah, after the friends are like, "Okay, well, we'll show each other ours." So feel more comfortable with it. Yeah, I mean, and they end up doing that. So obviously it's like, okay,
now I get it.
That's what I mean. And because of things like that. That's why. So I'm expecting certain like chapters and stuff will probably just be like completely skipped.
Yeah, they made this super cute, like supposed to be.
Yeah, there's more like adult themes that kind of. Yeah.
Hold on. Okay, JoJo.
Yes.
I'll make you a deal.
Okay.
I will watch Centaur Girl, and you watch Kakegurui.
Oh shit, man, that sucks.
It's on now.
Just watch Kakegurui, JoJo. Come on.
Yeah. Okay. To get you to watch Centaur Girl, fine. Yeah, I'll do it, and I'll stream it too. There you go.
Okay, fine. Tell me when you're doing it. Tell me when you're streaming.
I'll stream it sometime tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow.
Tell me as well.
Give me a heads up because that should be fun. Also, but no one touch gray-haired girl. She's mine.
Fair enough.
Can we?
I do have one question though.
So I'll take the one in the mask.
Does the Bat Girl hook up with the Centaur Girl? Because they're fucking adorable.
No spoilers. What?
Don't spoil. Don't spoil.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying those two are cute together, and I want them to like hold hands and go to coffee, go get coffee and shit.
Totally innocent, yeah.
Totally innocent. I'm just saying.
Innocent shoujo eye. That's it. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
There is a show that we missed. It is Nanamaru Sanbatsu, Fastest Finger First.
Yes, the quiz game show. It's surprisingly...
It's good.
Enjoyable.
It's really enjoyable. Yes.
That was my surprise of the season so far.
I was going to say that sounds so perverted that I wouldn't even get into it, especially coming from Recon. Like, Fastest Finger First is like, oh, yeah, okay.
Fastest Finger First.
It's about a timid guy who's enrolled in school. He doesn't really stand out, blends in. He wants to find a way to kind of stand out a bit more, but doesn't really excel at anything, but he reads a lot. So he's got this really vast quantity of knowledge, ends up participating in this quiz thing, but is really timid, but he's able to do it, and people are really surprised, and it's kind of builds from there after the first episode. So,
however, there is a flaw within this series because a certain character, Fukami, the female protagonist of the show, her voice actor didn't do a very good job. I was surprised first time I actually heard the voice acting for her. It did not match her at all. I was pretty disappointed, but that is not going to stop me from watching this series. So you might, if people who haven't watched it, you might notice it. It's really noticeable straight away. Like, hey, that voice is pretty surprising. I don't know.
It is a little different, but I mean, I didn't necessarily mind it too much because, you know, but like you said, I still think she does a good job. But yeah, it's when you see the character and you hear her speak, two don't necessarily mesh. But I mean, that's the thing with real life. You can see someone and you hear him speak, you're like, did not expect that.
Yeah, fun fact, Cyanide is actually a 6'8" bodybuilder.
Damn!
You guys don't realize that, but he is.
You can hear that.
Do you even lift?
You need to show me that body, boy.
Just so you know, you lost me at timid guy, Cyanide. That's where you lost me.
Well, the thing is that he's not a coward per se, which is kind of nice. I don't know how later episodes will be, but it's not the whole I mustn't run away type thing. It's more of
Days, because it's the same fucking guy. Like, only he doesn't suck. Like, that's the difference.
It's just the same like typical shonen archetype guy.
He's nice, I guess. He's fine. Like he's just like you said, just the typical shonen whatever.
And by the way, shout out for Jiki Sapporo. That's Sapporo, I'm guessing.
Oh yeah. I figured we were talking about anime, so I grabbed
Sapporo, good beer, good clean beer. You know, smooth.
It is. It's fucking delicious.
Don't forget, guys. Watch Classroom of the Elite.
We have to wrap this up, guys. It's getting late.
Yes.
But I appreciate you all coming here, and I know we can't get to all the anime. There's too many, but I think this was a good, productive time. I have a few anime now that I have to actually check out, like the Centaur one, and which one other one
Classroom
was
of the Elite. Please watch it.
No. It was another one.
Come on.
So the one you talked about first, Recon.
The first one.
That was funny.
Hajimete no Gali.
Hajimete no Gali, yeah.
Yes, that one. You gotta figure that out. All right. So before we go, though, I want to go to all you guys, and so you can tell the people who you are and what you do. And of course, thanks to everyone in the chat who was here with us and with us live and who's watching after the fact. Cyanide, you first.
Well, someone mentioned Akashic Records. That was last season, Natsu Fired Up. We're talking about summer 2017. My name is CyanideBlizzard, a.k.a. Table-kun. I just sit around because I'm a table. Sadly, I can't really do anything.
I'm really sorry about the Nina thing.
Yeah. We had a whole thing on the Nina thing. We're over it. We had a whole Rant Café. That was a lot of it was about the whole Nina thing.
I've talked about this already, Kay. You know,
he doesn't want to get it.
I'm sorry I brought it up.
You should be. No, I made my peace with that. You know, it's a part of my life now. It's a part of who I am. I accept that.
So you're gonna be in season 3?
I was supposed to be. I was supposed to be a main character, but I don't know how that's gonna go. You know, we're gonna see here. I was supposed to get a really big role, but
I really hope so.
Issues happened in terms of the contract negotiating, so we'll see though.
Fair enough.
Either way, we will let you know here on this channel first.
Exactly. Yeah.
As soon as the casting call for Table-kun is in, we will let you know.
Top of the bonfire.
Are you done with your outro?
I am. That is the outro.
Thank you so much. Now to Recon, Anime Recon.
Can I go last, please?
Fine. Okay, you can go last. You're gonna say something.
To be honest, I prefer to wrap things up. I like to wrap things up.
JoJo, to you.
Hey, my name is JoJo from the channel JoJo Talks Too Much. I do a show called AnimeUproar, which some of you have heard of, I suppose. And right now on the channel, I'm doing a thing called Free Month, where I talk about Free Iwatobi Swim Club, the first season, a show that I love a lot, and I'm doing that on the channel right now. It's cool. If you like Free, that's a thing. If not, then maybe subscribe to me after Free Month is over. I've lost a couple people. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yep.
Nice. Sounds good. And links are in the description to all the channels, guys, so you can check that out. SoulMakka, to you.
Hey everybody, it's me, SoulMakka, you know me. Amateur doujin artist. And you can catch me on Animax Discord, AnimeUproar's Discord. Link should be in the video or
In the description, always.
in the description. Yeah. So yeah, you guys can catch me there if you want to speak with me more. I'll talk about manga mainly, but I do have a lot of experience with anime as well. So catch you guys there.
Yeah, and Discord's always fun, guys. We can continue the discussion there afterwards, so join us. And finally, Recon.
Oh god.
Oh shit!
I don't appreciate being smelt.
It's time.
How's it going?
What's up, guys? This Recon here. I do, aka Havoc no Piku, aka Recon no Piku. I do them reactions, seasonal reactions, every single motherfucking day. I do top 10 lists, which is getting a lot popular. That's what's getting my channel a lot more notice. So yeah, go ahead, subscribe if you want to. And I have a crush on Cyanide, and I love you all. So yeah.
Wow.
We're just gonna brush over that, or
What? You've got a crush on Cyanide. The guy that loves female ecchi anime also likes a table.
we're all special.
That is
And anime fans, ladies and gentlemen, anime fans, you're never gonna figure them out. All right, yeah. Thank you again, guys, for being our guests. We'll be back again next week, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Rant Café crushing it. Thanks everyone in the chat. You were amazing and active and awesome. Drop a like. Let's see if we can get this to 100 likes by next week. And until next time, see ya, Space Cowboys.
I love you all.